Northern Eagle Claw Kung Fu is a martial art rich in tradition and history and has been practiced for almost a millennium. A dialect of traditional Shaolin Kung Fu, Northern Eagle Claw stresses grapples and pressure point attacks, along with various takedowns through sweeping and tumbling. To go to the very beginning of Northern Eagle Claw is to trace history through many dynasties. The story of Northern Eagle Claw Kung Fu begins with the great Chinese military mind of the Southern Song Dynasty, General Yue Fei. 12th century China was under constant attack from the ruthless Mongolian horde in the north. Teaching his soldiers 108 techniques, known as the 108 Eagle Claw locking hands, Yue Fei was able to defeat the invaders on many occasions, making him a hero amongst the Chinese people. His soldiers did not forget the style of Kung Fu that he taught them, and they carried the tradition for many centuries to come. The most prolific Northern Eagle Claw master today is Grandmaster Leung Shum, founder of the Yingzhou Pai School of Kung Fu in New York City. Taught the 108 locking hands by Wai Neng, Grandmaster Shum has been teaching students in the United States since 1974. Here in the south side of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Rothrock's Kung Fu and Tai Chi studio, Grandmaster Ernest Rothrock, one of Grandmaster Leung Shum's students, heads one of the many branches of the Yingzhou Pai School in Pennsylvania. Grandmaster Rothrock and his assistant instructors teach classes here every week, teaching their students the 5 basic methods: the tiger, the leopard, the snake, the crane, and the dragon. Let's take a look at some of these styles and how they are performed. The tiger is the king of all land beasts in Chinese lore, and the tiger claw trains the Kung Fu student in strength and determination. It is the most well-known style in Kung Fu, and also one of the deadliest. This open hand style involves different grabs and grips, designed to powerfully dig into the opponent's skin and tear it right off. The snakehead style teaches breathing and endurance. Like the tiger claw, the snakehead is an open hand style of Kung Fu, but instead of using the fingernails to dig into the opponent, it targets pressure points on the opponent's body by closing the fingers tightly together. Snakehead puts emphasis on covertly attacking the opponent with low strikes, followed up by blows to the throat and other vital parts of the opponent. Leopard Claw Kung Fu requires a half-open fist that attacks mostly with a ridge hand first and a palm second. Designed to be cruel and cunning, with blows to soft and vital areas of the opponent's body. Balance and control are utilized in the crane beak style of Northern Eagle Claw. Crane Kung Fu is not intended to forcefully take the opponent head-on, but instead uses parrying and blocking to open the opponent for the attack. The fingers are pressed tightly, much like the snakehead, but are pointed down instead of toward the opponent. One-legged stances and sweeping footwork are trademarks of crane beak. The Chinese believe that the Dragon Claw style is a gift from the dragon itself. Attacks are aimed at 45-degree angles, intended to throw the opponent off guard. An open hand technique that controls the opponent with grabs and takedowns, the Dragon Claw emphasizes fluidity and concentration. The dragon's tail attacks are as quick and unpredictable as its claw, aiming towards specific vital points. Let's catch up with Drew Morcillo, a student at the University of Pittsburgh and a beginning student at Rothrock's Kung Fu and Tai Chi, and ask him about the Northern Eagle Claw Kung Fu experience.
It seemed like a good way to get in shape, get exercise while learning something useful. Self-defense, mainly. I expected to learn maybe a bunch of basic movements and routines, and that really has been what I've been learning. At the Kung Fu studio, they really stress, mind over body. They try to teach you to, focus on your movements in such a way that, you can continually improve and do it better every time. So it really helps you focus on what you're doing. Well, it's very physically demanding. It's, a very active sport. It involves like the full range of motion of pretty much all of your muscles. So you really get a lot of stretching, and you just generally get pretty tired by the end of a workout. Well, as a beginner, they're really teaching the basic motions of Kung Fu first, and just really trying to get everyone in the beginner class into a acceptable degree of physical conditioning, and to teach them all the basic moves needed to learn the main routines of Kung Fu. You'd see mainly a lot of drills. The instructor will demonstrate a move, and then the whole class will practice it together slowly, and then practice it several times over at full speed, and the instructors will check to make sure everybody's doing it right. I'd recommend it for anybody who wants to get in shape, have a good time, and learn something useful. Everybody at the studio is really friendly. It's a good way to make friends, and you definitely get in shape pretty fast doing it, so it's really good for anybody.
When I 8 years old, my body is very weak, okay, very skinny. Because when I get born, my mother tell me not enough months I come out. That's why my body very weak. So it's called 雞胸狗肚, chicken chest, dog stomach. You see the body like that? Okay, means like very weak at that time. So my Sifu is very good friend with my father. So he say he want me to be his godson. That's why he say, I don't want my godsons too small, too weak. I want to bring him to Kung Fu. Then he bring me every day. Bring me go to 華德業餘遊樂社. And then my Sifu still, my father still don't like it. So he argue with my father all the time. All the time they yelling me, don't take my son. And then my Sifu, that's my son too. So he bring me to 華德業餘遊樂社. I come to American is from 1971, September 4. Okay, September 4 in America, in New York. So I teaching about like 15 people, teaching about like 2 weeks. And then they have trouble. They say, Sifu, should we stop teaching? We run, we go away, we have trouble. So after that, and then I stopped teaching. One of the Sifu, Wai Hong, he make a tournament in Chinatown. So he want me to be a judge and demo. So on that time, okay, I promise him, and then I do the demo and have him to be a judge like that. So, and then after 1 week, and then Wai Hong called me. He say, oh, have one guy call you. He looking for you a long time. He want to learn from you. So what you do? I say, okay, I want to see the guy. Who is it? So that is the guy is called Dan Laken.
I go down to this address. It was on Canal Street. And again, like in an old Kung Fu movie, there's this obscure doorway where the address is, and a stairway with a naked light bulb at the head of it, and a door. And I walk in and open the door, and it's a loft with dry goods all over the place. I was the only white guy in the building, man. He said, you want to learn? Okay, just wait a while and watch. I was totally mesmerized by it. I couldn't believe looking at this guy who walks down the street looking like he's carrying pails or something. And then when he starts moving, it's, as you know, it's transformation time. It's just mind-blowing.
Dan Laken, he say, Sifu, better make the school. I say, all right, you go to looking for space. So after that, and then I go to looking for the space. The first one is in 28th Street. Everybody know about Bruce Lee. So from Bruce Lee, the movie, so the people understand about what is Kung Fu. So on that time, is suddenly Kung Fu, boom, build up. And then everybody want to learn Kung Fu, Kung Fu, Kung Fu. So it's like really good on that time is 1980. Only keep is Eagle Claw and Tai Chi.
Eagle Claw was originally 108 fighting techniques. There is a fancy style and the Yin Jiao Pai style. The fancy is the more fancy footwork, acrobatics, aerial kicks, and gymnastics. The Yin Jiao Pai was the fighting aspect, locking joints, pressure points, takedowns. So Aoshin merged those two styles together, and that's what you know as fancy Yin Jiao Pai. General Nok Fei was the general in charge of the resistance against the Mongolian soldiers. And he was the founder of the Eagle Claw system. Originally, he had 108 fighting techniques that he taught his soldiers.
He was an important figure in the Chinese history as a soldier and a general who led the army against the Mongol warriors. And he brought his style of Eagle Claw, which consists of, at that time, of just basically the China that he showed his soldiers to defeat the Mongols.
What makes Eagle Claw unique is the way that it's approached in terms of the Jinao locking. It's more of a continuous action as opposed to a one-stop hit and lock. Yin Jiao, through its forms, promote movement, that if it's countered, you immediately move into another motion.
Chin Na is blocking, joint manipulation, attacking the pressure points, controlling and seizing your opponent. That's what is Chin Na.
Eagle claw system and Tai Chi, when using for fighting, is very close. So eagle claw is catching. Tai Chi sticky hand. So mostly using the same technique, everything the same thing. Using soft and hard power, quick movement. Okay, so from self-defense, same use, but the form is soft and hard. Is like, okay, Tai Chi is very soft, eagle claws hard and soft, so both can using together. Cooperation to use is the best. My Shifu tell me he learned Kung Fu from like 15 or 16 something. That time already learned Kung Fu. So he beginning is learned from Jingmo Association. A lot of master in there. So beginning should be learned is like have 10 basic form first. After you learn it, and then you can choosing any system you want to learn. So from that time, he beginning is learned from Chen Jijing.
Zhang Jiqing was also an important figure in our style because he put eagle claw basically back in that time. He put it on the map. He made people realize that this was an effective system by using 3 or 2 techniques to defeat opponents, and he even defeated over 100 Japanese soldiers when Japan was trying to take over China, and he defeated them by suffocation.
Chen Jijing eagle claw very famous at that time. So, but he teaching not long, but very short time, and then he go back, he have some important thing, he go back to his village. After that, and then he sent Lao Fat Man to instead his position. So Lao Fat Man and then beginning teaching in Jingmo. So okay, that time he already learned some from Chen Jijing and continue learn from Lao Fat Man. Lao Fat Man have many trained brother. He also practice Yin Jiao in there. So they also learn from them too. But Lao Fat Man is a really Shifu of my Shifu. He really like Kung Fu. And then sometimes I fool around with him. So we fighting or something like that. He nearly one time, and then I do push-hand, Tai Chi push-hand with him. Wow, he make me nearly flow me to the street, like on the roof. Okay, we practice on the roof in Hong Kong. The roof is like 5 floor or 6 floor building, so they have an edge not too high, up to the waist high. That's it. So I push hand with him. Suddenly I do something, and then boom, he pushed me, nearly throw me out. So at that time, and then a little bit like he yelled at me. Next time to push hand, don't do like that. In Cantonese, it's called Tai Chi. Mandarin is called Tai Chi Chuan. Understand about that? So Tai Chi is only one kind of the very soft, relaxed system to go. Okay, that's called Tai Chi. Now Tai Chi is have a circle, right? The circle inside have two spots there. This is called Leung Yi. Leung Yi. So Tai Chi is the mother. He born have a son, have a girl. So they always running and never stop it. Never stop it. Okay? So means like everything is from have a female and male. Okay? So yin and yang, always yin and yang. So Tai Chi is from yin and yang. So means like soft, then to be the hard. For example, like the ship on the water. The ship is very heavy. Okay, stay on the water. The water flow the ship, but suddenly have a tornado wind. Can you see the wind? The wind is nothing. You can see it. All right. So when you turning tornado and then make the ship running or up and down, be the ship, the water in here, so can sink down the ship, go under the sea. So means like Tai Chi is you can see it. How many powerful you don't know. Okay, just like the wind, just like the water. The water is nothing, right? But why the ship stay the ship on top? Why the wind make a circle? The tornado wind can make the tree flow you out. Okay, the big tree growing up on the ground, so they can flow him out. So Tai Chi, that is the power, very important. So when you learning Tai Chi, make your mind very clear and make your internal organs like heart, liver, kidney, intestine, everything on the body is very clear inside to glowing up, make strong and strong. I remember is one of my elder trained brother. It's called Samman Lok. Samman Lok is a really kung fu, very good. And also he from 1964 or 3, that time he got the invitation from China, have a competition. Competition is like Chun Nang. It's completely system to go. It's called Chun Nang. Have a long face, short face, long weapon, short weapon, Tai Chi, and Guanto. So have seven forms to go. He get the first place. So he's a very good kung fu. And my partner is called Sam Yu Jing. Is my partner. I tell you, I only enjoy my life. I like to go where I go. I go to visit some of the school. Right? All the instructor school of Ying Jiao Pai, I should be go there. But if they want me to go, the best. Someday I will finish around the world.
Northern Eagle Claw Kung Fu is thriving in the United States and across the world, and probably will for as long as there are those willing to learn it. It is an art that is as mentally taxing as it is breathtakingly physical, with strength, speed, and flexibility. I'm Eric Mandel. Thanks for watching.